Hey guys, I'm Morthadon and we were back for Symphogear Season 1 Episode 12. So, today is the day that I will be doing 12 and 13 back to back. I will do it like a normal video, I think. I'll record 12, I'll talk about what happens. It might be a little bit more of a brief discussion, and then we'll go into 13. So also, if you guys in the future, because this originally was a Patreon show, meaning that I release all the episodes onto my Patreon before I start releasing it to YouTube. So it's a little confusing because if you guys are watching YouTube in the future and you don't get episodes 12 and 13 at the same time, because this is why I usually don't do double drops for Patreon shows, is because now in the future I have to remember to do a double drop when I'm releasing them on YouTube. So if I forget to release 13, guys, just yell at me in the comments. Hopefully I'll see it. I usually do see the comments, and I'll release 13 right as soon as I see the comments. So sorry about that if I do forget. It's gonna be like 5 or 6 months before this goes out on YouTube. Actually, it's probably gonna be longer than that. So that's where, like, yeah, I might forget. So with that being said, last episode was pretty crazy. We had the Tower of Heaven going into ended up being the underground elevator that leads to was it second division? Either way, the headquarters where everyone works. Sakurai ended up being Fine all along. She was awakened through the, like, phonic resonance that Tsubasa did in the past. When she was like 5 years old. So that was pretty crazy reveal. And also we have this Curse of Babel, which apparently is the way to break it is to destroy the moon, and it's like supposedly the reasons why we have all the different languages and all that stuff. It's really interesting. And I did have one quick theory. Sorry for the long rant here in the beginning, but one quick theory I want to mention before we start. It's that, oh shit, what was it? My thought was, I wonder, it's not really that big of a deal, but the idea that Fine comes from a society from before this curse, so it makes me wonder if there was once like the whole world was united under a common language, and everyone was, like, now we have so many different languages and cultures and divisions, which causes war and instability and all that. What if that never existed back then? What if everyone spoke the same language, everyone was one people, and there was no war and none of that stuff, and before this curse? It could be really interesting. But that was just my thought process when, I learned more about the Curse of Babel from you guys letting me know on Discord about it. So either way, I have one more thing to talk about, but I'll do it during the opening. So let's get started, shall we, guys? Alright, we're going to start here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, now. Actually, this right here is what I wanted to talk about during the opening. I did forget, I apologize, to talk more about Chris's sacrifice here. I'm ashamed that I forgot to talk about it because it's such a big moment in the episode, but I was so caught up with the whole, like, Fine reveal. That is a big chunk off the moon, though. Wait, are we not getting an opening? We're getting credits! Shit. Yeah. Props to Chris, that was brave. Oh shit, is that Hibiki yelling? Yeah, There's no opening. The one time I say I'm going to talk about something during the opening. I don't know if she's dead. I have a feeling she might live. But that's anime plot armor that I'm just used to. Here you go, guys. With my stylus and my notes, I wrote in big letters, talk about Chris. Hopefully I'll remember this time. What a shitty way to put it, Fine. She killed herself? Oh shit! We haven't seen this in a bit. Oh shit! Oh shit! Hibiki's pissed. I want to see this. Oh, I'm so excited for Pissed Off Hibiki. Oh shit, what's the voice? Oh my god! I never thought my thumbnail would be more fitting than right now. It's funny, I almost regretted making my thumbnail that, because I was like, we don't really see that as often, so maybe that was a bad choice. It's all worth it. Uh-oh. I guess Fine was, the one that... Yeah. I was just about to say, she's the one that analyzed all that and everything. Come on, Hibiki. At least, please aim that towards Fine, if anything. Not anyone else. Oh, shit. Oh my god! Just chaos. Come on, Hibiki. I hope she'll be okay, though. I do. She's gotta come back from this. Just a barrier. Oh shit. Oh my god! Did she go right through Fine? That's crazy. Uh-oh. Don't go after Tsubasa, too. God damn it. Deflected her like it was nothing. This chick needs to calm down. I wonder what it looks like to them, right? Because she's like all shadowed for us. I mean, unless that's what she looks like for them, too. Yeah. I was hard on her a second ago, but she is still just a kid. This shit's scary. Trying to, like, destroy the moon and shit. I don't blame her for acting the way that she is. Ugh. Is the cannon gonna fire again? Shit. I hate that Hibiki is, like, on her side of the field right now. Immortal Heart. If you do something about that, will she still be able to be immortal? Just a theory when she mentioned Immortal Heart. Man, I wish she used it a little longer. Ooh. Submission. Trust. She's gonna hug her. God damn, Tsubasa. Shade Stitcher. She'd lock her shadow. Is that she might have did that before? Oh shit. The music is what I was shitting about, by the way. Alright. Let's go, Tsubasa. Big ol' sword. Not enough. I love when anime characters get shocked. Right into the side of your cannon. Giant sword. Yes, even bigger than before. Heaven's Wrath. Oh, I thought it was going to go into the side of the cannon. Oh, is it? Oh, no. Damn. She's like pole vaulting with it. Whoa! Makes sense. That's crazy. Oh, not good. Come on, Hibiki, be back to your senses. And help. It's not about Hibiki helping, it's Kanade. Yes. Just again. Jeez. Oh yeah. It's all your work crumbling, Fine. And now, Chris's sacrifice is not in vain. Which is very good. Oh shit. She at least used up all her gear. Is she okay though? Oh, her gear's gone too, but she's back. That's good. That'd be some shit if they're just both dead. To save people like you! Fine mad. That was her plan. Oh, okay. Come on, Hibiki. Oh. And if Tsubasa and Chris are down, and Hibiki's dispelled, like, Hibiki's really the only one left, right? You still got people left in your life? No. The cool girl. Oh yeah, these were two they saved before, that's right. Yeah. Yep. I totally didn't forget. Remind her who she's protecting. Communicate somehow. Look at this kid. Being smarter than the rest of them. Or not. Never mind. Oh yeah, I guess she doesn't know they're alright. Let's do that. Him. Who is him? The creator. Oh. Interesting. If he is the creator and some kind of god, he probably knows your feelings and doesn't give a shit. Because you're a crazy bitch. Oh, by the hair every time. Miku's gonna have to do it. Oh. Well, she braved up real quick. Alright. What are they, cheerleaders? Nice. Oh. Poor Miku and the other girl stuck on the bottom. Let's go! Give our girl encouragement. Deadass. Sorry. And here it comes. Could she take Durandal from her? I like the sentiment of them singing, but what if Hibiki thinks it's a recording? Well, this is crazy. What's with the lights? Is it Hibiki's energy? I guess phonic resonance does some shit in this world, so maybe singing is a good idea. That probably makes more sense than my dumbass who would just be like, Hibiki, we're alright! Fight for us! Don't give up! Alright. Let's go, baby. The episode's gonna end. I know it. I know it. My friends. Durndal. Or just the power of will. Oh! Oh shit! They're fine! Alright, that's different gear, alright. The name of the show, baby. Ah, I knew it. I knew it. Goddamn. Alright. That was a real good episode, guys. So, are they just fine? Or did somehow Hibiki's energy, like, heal them? Huh. Maybe they'll explain in the next episode. Excuse me. Alrighty, guys, that is it for episode 12. Oh, man. Yeah, that was great. Like, so first off, before we start anything, like I said, I want to talk a little bit. See, I didn't talk in the last discussion as much, like, obviously I forgot, but I also didn't have a ton to say about, like, don't get me wrong, it was very brave and interesting and awesome of Chris to sacrifice herself. I don't know how much I have to say about it, but I will talk a little bit. So, yeah, in episode 11 with Chris sacrificing herself to stop the beam hitting the moon and, you know, saying that she loves her parents and stuff like that. It was a really nice moment because, you know, obviously it directly contrasts the way she felt not too long ago, you know, and it goes to show that the words that Genjiro spoke really went to her heart, and she, you know, rethought a lot of things and reformed her dream and all that, and I think that's really cool. I'm glad she seems to be okay. I mean, unfortunately, anime has trained me that unless it's, like, very, very prominent that the person is dead, then they're probably not dead. They also even established the fact that someone could survive a superb song earlier in the show with Tsubasa. You know, obviously this was an extra special case where she used her superb song and then got hit by an ion cannon. So, or at least it looked like she got hit by it. So obviously there's like a little added bit there where it's like, okay, well maybe that could have killed her. But, you know, and then Tsubasa going after the, here with them saying like they lost a signature on her gear and everything. We never really saw what happened to Tsubasa, so once again, that's another thing where I'm just like, okay, well, you know, we haven't seen their dead bodies with their heads off or something like that, so, you know, it's anime, they're probably fine. Unfortunately, that's what TV shows have kind of trained me for, but that doesn't sully the fact that she was willing to sacrifice herself. She was ready to die. It just happened to be that she lived, right? So, so yeah, that was really cool. And I can't say that, like, for how selfish she has been, she was selfless, because I don't think she was ever really selfish. I think she was always trying to help others. She was just doing it in her own way, right? Because like I feel like it's a easy excuse to try to just be like, oh yes, she was selfish before, just because she was more isolated and alone and helped herself and everything. That doesn't mean she's selfish. Like hell, we saw that situation where like the brother and sister were fighting and she helped them out, and I think there was also like a lost kid or something that she helped find the parent of, and all that. Like she clearly cares about people. And hell, her whole plan was to wipe out people who are willing to fight in order to create peace, right? She was in her own way with her, like, the way she justified the things that happened to her when she was young. She was trying to, uh, create peace, right? So, yeah. So yeah, that sacrifice of hers was really cool. But obviously it wasn't too much of a sacrifice, unless there's some catch here where like Hibiki's power brought Tsubasa and Chris back temporarily, but I doubt it. Hibiki going rage mode this episode was interesting. Seems like that. I wonder if that's going to be a growing problem. Like, she seemed to revert back, but this is like a looming threat that her merging with this gear, unless whatever this new armor is like her taking control of that, so maybe the out of control rage won't happen anymore. We'll have to see more to find out. But yeah, I wonder if that out of control rage will be like a looming threat that we always have to be wary of. Kind of like, I know a lot of people hate when people reference other shows, but kind of like Naruto getting too angry and his Nine-Tailed Fox coming out in like the old series and stuff like that. But yeah, the I like how I talked about it during the episode, but usually from the very first episode, I take either an image from the opening. Typically, I try to take an image from the opening, because usually the opening has some cool, like, shots of, like, group shots is what I use a lot. I try to take something as my thumbnail that is not spoilery at all, and that's why I also don't change my thumbnails every episode to be like, oh, this is the hype thing that happened this episode, I'll put it in my thumbnail, because I can't tell you the amount of times that I've either been spoiled or almost been spoiled by a thumbnail that has something that I shouldn't be seeing yet. And I hate that so much. And sure, maybe I could clickbait, get more views if I show those hype moments in my thumbnails. That's why people do it, right? But I'd rather not have as many views and hold up the integrity of keeping other people from being spoiled. So I try to take something where I'm like, okay, this happened in the first episode, like, I don't think it's that big of a deal for people to see it, or it's like in the opening that people see every episode, so it's not that big of a deal, or it's just like a shot of a couple of the characters. That's how I try to do it as least spoilery as I possibly can. And I chose that of like, just Hibiki. I can't even remember. It was like one part in like episode 1 where she kind of had that, like, I don't know if it was like anger about her or what, but they gave her that shaded look with the red eyes and everything, and I used that as a thumbnail. And as the show went on, I was like, my thumbnail doesn't really fit Hibiki's personality very much, and I kind of regretted it, but I love that it came back in episode 12 as an actual thing, and now I feel like it's worth it for having that. And now I kind of feel like it's a little bit spoilery that I have that as a thumbnail, but I had no idea. How could I have known? So, but oh well, it is what it is. But to actually talk about her rage, other than my thumbnail, it was interesting the way that she got taken over. It was, one of those cliche things that when a character gets taken over through like rage and stuff like that by something like this, where they'll lash out at the enemy a little bit, but then they'll also lash out at their friends. But yeah, I like that Tsubasa just took a hit from her. I don't know, it was hard to see like how much damage Tsubasa actually took from being struck by Hibiki, but then she did her shadow stitches thing that bound her in place, her shadow possession jutsu, which we saw. I believe we saw that in the fight against Chris, right? I believe that's when we first saw that move, so we have seen that before. And then just took off, and I like that a little bit of tears came through and everything too, but it's really too bad that her form didn't fade until it was already too late. And granted, it seems like they're fine, but that's beside the point. Hibiki thought it was too late, and that's the important part. But yeah, Tsubasa, awesome fight this episode against Fine. I enjoyed it quite a bit. And friggin' also, shit, I didn't even talk about Hibiki, like, diving through the chest, like, going straight through her, but Fine has now merged with Nehushtan, and can seemingly heal from that, so it seems like she might be able to heal from anything. So the question is, how do we stop someone like that, right? Like, if a hole through the chest the size of Hibiki can't stop that, then how do we stop her? It'll be interesting to find out. I mean, unless we can, there was that thing that I picked up on. I don't know if it's true or not, because it seems like her regenerative properties, wow, that was hard to say, are coming from Nehushtan. But the way she talked about Durandal being like this like heartbeat of immortality and stuff like that, I wonder if that could be what's keeping her alive, and then the Nehushtan just restores her body every time she takes damage. So I wonder if we manage to take control of Durandal, will we be able to kill her? So I guess we'll have to see. And I even wonder, do we defeat Fine here, or does she like get away and retreat into hiding and she becomes a problem in season 2 or whatnot? I guess technically she could always become a problem in season 2, like solely off the fact that she could she could just be reawakened within someone, right? If there's like a descendant out there with those genes and hears that phonic resonance, she could be awoken again. So but yeah, we had, speaking of Fine, we had her talking about the curse of Balal, the common tongue they used to be able to speak before this curse took hold. So it sounds similar to maybe not exact of what I talked about before the episode started, but the idea that there was this language before the curse that allowed her to speak to this god. And obviously this episode, by her calling him the creator, makes me think even more that he's a god and she's his priestess, which makes even more sense. I already had like my suspicions that he could be some kind of godlike entity, but she ended up falling in love with him. But before she could express her feelings, he put this curse on them. So she's trying to break this curse so she can regain the ability to speak that language, and then she can tell him how she feels. Like I said, if he's like a godlike entity, he probably already knows how she feels and probably does not care. So, I almost want Fine to be successful so we can see her talk to this entity, and then this entity be like, bitch, you crazy, and then just like slap her back down to earth or something. And then everything that she's like fought for over these like millennia or however long it's been has been for nothing, right? To have her feelings not reciprocated, to be friend zoned. But yeah, it's very interesting stuff though. I'm very fascinated by their old society that she was this priestess for, and what was it like, and what is this creator like? Is the end of the show where we have to fight that creator? Like, do we go to the point where we fight gods in this show? I don't know, but I didn't expect. It's crazy to me to even say like these people fighting gods, but at the same time, like, I didn't expect to be where we are now when we started the show, right? I thought I thought the grand finale of this show was gonna be. I thought it was gonna be more about the noise, and it was gonna be like some like big noise boss or something that we have to fight. Like maybe he can speak and or something, and it was gonna be like crazy. And that was my thought for like early on in the show, what like the finale could look like. And nope, not even close. So who knows? But yeah, the singing was an interesting choice. I like the idea because, you know, so much of the show is about singing. There's the phonic resonance, which has power in this world. So it makes sense that they would sing over the speaker, the girls singing to Hibiki and everything. But, like, part of me would be like, well, do they have that song recorded and they play it every day? Because like there'd be a part of me if I'm like really doubting that my friends are alive, I could be like, oh, those speakers are malfunctioning and just playing the school's theme recorded, you know, and stuff like that, and just not think anything of it, and it wouldn't work, rather than them just being like, Hibiki, we're still alive, you know, and like encouraging her that way, kind of thing, rather than being ominous and vague. But because of the power of music in this show and everything, I do think it ended up being a better choice. But yeah, I was just like poking holes in like the possibility of that, because I'm a very like doubtful person. Like I'm the kind of person that thinks through like every possible scenario, or tries to. Like when I hear something like that or other things in my life, I always try to think of like, you know, that thing with introverts where they, I mean, I guess maybe other people do it too, but where like sometimes I'll play out entire conversations in my head and I'll think about the ways that it could go good, and I can think about the ways that it'll go bad, and I try to think about every possible scenario kind of thing of like how it can go before I'm like, why am I doing this, and stop, right? Um it's kind of like one of those things. So if I was Hibiki, I'd probably be like, well, is this just a recording? As one of my thoughts. Obviously, I'd also think to myself, well, it could be them, right? But yeah, very cool episode, guys. I am gonna end it here and get into the next one because we got a whole nother one to watch right now. I'm excited. So thank you guys. Hit that subscribe button if you enjoyed. I talked about my Patreon stuff a bit in the beginning, just an accidental plug, of course, you know. But link to that Patreon is down in the description if you want to get all the rest of Symphogear right now. Check it out. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my future reactions. Bye-bye.